If I could go back and talk to my younger self, I'd just tell myself to hang in there. I just let myself know that one day it'll be all right. It'll be okay. Everything will work out. I grew up in Fort Washington, Pennsylvania. I have an older brother, so I'm the youngest. I had everything I needed, almost everything I wanted. My brother was a good athlete, a great student, just a good kid. Whereas I never excelled in anything. I never really had like a big circle of friends. I always felt a little out of place. I was actually a Boy Scout. A friend of mine smoked weed. He said, I'm gonna bring it on the next trip. When I got high, all of my worries and troubles kind of left. You start searching for that next high. I think the first time I had a pain pill was maybe 14, 15. The pain pills were the thing I was looking for. Hear the story 1,000 times. Pills are expensive. Heroin's cheaper. Drugs took me down on a spiral of negativity. Nothing I did in my life was positive. I had that strong work ethic, that was gone. I was unemployable. I was either too high to work or too sick to work. It got to a point where my own brother was afraid of me. My father was a nervous wreck. I woke up every morning sick, with no money in my pocket, and stole and robbed and manipulated and committed crimes to get $40, $50, to get high for 2 hours. I came to the acceptance that I was going to die from drugs. I remember thinking that every day. Like, if this one kills me, it's okay. The thought of getting clean crossed my mind all the time. The possibility of it never did. I burglarized the family friend's home for some firearms. I took these firearms and I traded them for drugs. Arrested about 3 days later in possession of heroin, but that burglary ultimately saved my life. I eventually got into Montgomery County RIP court, which is a faction of treatment court, and it helped save my life. It not only forced me to stay clean, taught me responsibility. Staying clean because the judge told me I had to went away. But I was like, this is a better way to live. Where I always thought drugs were that thing, recovery was that thing that I belonged in. I remember I was in a halfway house and they had this IMR gold building course. It was 3 short-term and 3 long-term goals. My goal was to go to barber school, get married, and get a barbershop. And I did those things. I found recovery, that was that thing. But, you know, I'm not around a bunch of recovering addicts 24/7. I'm not at a meeting 24/7. So I needed that thing outside of that to have as my own. And barbering was definitely that. When I'm in the moment of doing a haircut or speaking to a client, it's just like I stay clean one day at a time. I do one haircut at a time. And it's just like, that's where my mind is centered. You know, all of my worry and my angst and everything is gone. And it's definitely a therapeutic thing for me. I love the life that I have now. And I don't know if I'd have the things now if I went back in time and changed the things I've done. The most important thing I've learned in recovery is self-acceptance, hands down. It is a freeing feeling to finally accept the person that you are.